All right, bro. So we'll just jump into conversation. So what's going on, guys? Here we are. Erik, we're at his place and got a pretty dope backdrop. So for those of you guys that you don't know, Erik served in our fine military, and bro, I don't think I've ever taken a second to thank you for your service. And I think that's something overlooked. And I know you didn't do it for, the praise, but the sacrifice that goes into serving in the military is, I can't even explain it because I've never done it, but I can only talk about the experiences I've heard from people. And I from the bottom of my heart, thank you, bro, because you gave up a lot, you gave up a lot to serve for the red, white, and blue. And, I want to kind of dive into that time in your life, right? So you leave Miami, you enlist to the military, and how was it? How was your experience?
I can say I vividly remember my first day up in Missouri. It was Fort Leonard, Missouri, and we finished in processing. I have all my gear. I have a duffel bag full of Army issue gear. We got the buzz cut. I'm in uniform. I'm in bed at night, and I remember looking up at the scene saying, "What the fuck did I just do?" Like, oh my god. Tomorrow's day one, right? Tomorrow we're about to start basic training, and I'm just looking at the roof, at the ceiling, saying, "All right, here we go. That's it. Nothing to it. Just go." I didn't really think about it much. I just did.
And then fast forward, you get your basic training.
Basic training. So I'm in Missouri, stationed there, doing basic training. Now I'm in Texas, doing my specialty school, my MOS school, my military occupational specialty, and now I'm preparing to become a medic in the Army. And so we go from balls cold Missouri to balls hot Texas. And bro, I just went through the motions, man. I really didn't think too much about it. I was just too busy doing stuff, like whether it's basic training or medic school, just do. That's what I remember from that time period. I was too busy doing stuff to think about anything else. And then looking back at my whole military experience, it's like they just take your youth, bro. They just take your time away from home, time away from family. And you acquire so many skills that I'm so grateful for. In retrospect, it's probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. It's given me so much. It's given me discipline. It's given me purpose, sense of pride, sense of ownership, camaraderie. You get to see who people are. You get to see who people aren't. And that's always played out throughout any phase of my life, whether it be the fire service or military service, even in a civilian job. You get to see what people are made of, which is so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest thing I regret in my life is not going to the military. One, to serve for the country, and two, the skills that you receive in the military. I think a lot of veterans have superpower skills that they don't utilize. And it's like anybody. It's like reading a book. It's like learning things from the best of the best in the world. It's great to learn them, but if you don't apply them in everyday life, it's useless.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying if you don't use it, you lose it type of thing, but some things, are like habit or second nature, and we're like riding a bicycle, Some things you don't lose. So there are skills that you acquire that, are vivid and like a switch you can turn on and off.
Right.
At any moment's notice. Let's say you're in danger, you have to react. Hesitation will kill you, type of thing. So there's no hesitation. Either you react or you don't, and you pay the price for that. To caveat off of what I was saying earlier, you can see who people are made of, what people are made of, etc. You can see what you're made of, and you get to accomplish things that you would never even fathom on this side ever be exposed to or have the opportunity to accomplish. So you get to see that. If you were to tell me when I was younger, one day you'll be an Army medic, and then you go on to be a pilot, I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, I won't, bro. But the opportunities are presented to you in that environment. As long as you show up, I've always said, show up, right time, right place, right uniform, right attitude, you will be successful. It's just like checking off a task list. What do I have to do to get over there? And check off the first task. Well, you have to get a physical, and then you have to get your eyes done, or your eyes checked, you have to get your heart, checked, etc. So you have to go through a longer list of things, but as long as you, first task, check, second task, check, people go on through the list.
So you said something right there, man. You said right time, right place, right uniform, right attitude.
Yeah.
I think we as a society have enough people that attend a lot of things. They just show up, right? And yes, that is a huge part of success, of development, but it's nowhere near enough, right? There's plenty of people that we know, in the military, the fire department, that show up every shift.
Well, yeah, you have to be prepared as well. You have to do the work, your due diligence prior to.
You have to do the work.
Right. Perfect example, smoke diver. It's not like one morning I just go up, I want to be a smoke diver, I'm going to attend the program, see where I'm at.
You can do that. People do that.
You can do that.
People do that.
Will you be successful? Time will tell. Your actions do dictate whether you will be, or at least prepared to be successful or not. I was on a podcast the other day, and I said something similar. Man, one day you can't just show up and attend a smoke diver program, but you can wake up one morning and say, I'm going to decide to train to be a smoke diver, and then that's where it clicks. Okay, I have to prepare. The template is online. The template somewhere on YouTube or wherever. Just start doing that and just train. You said it yourself one time, bro. I look at your choice. Just training for that program will make you a better person,
everything,
firefighter, fiance, a brother, father. Just being a father, bro. Just seeing that you can do hard things. Just seeing how you're willing to get up in the morning and do the work. Are you willing to do what you say you're gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Just that. You know what I'm saying? That in itself is priceless. It's a testament of your character when you say you're gonna do something and you actually do it. We got a lot of people out here saying a lot of things, man, and they're not doing half the things they're saying. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
Conor McGregor. I love Conor McGregor, and the reason why I love Conor McGregor is his mindset on manifestation, right? His mindset on self-belief. I had a conversation with somebody who was super ultra successful, and probably never see this, but he told me one day, "Oh, you'll never be bigger than me because I'll never stop." And the timeline of where I am, where you are, for you to get to where I am, I'll already be farther than you, right? Okay. And I disagreed with him immensely, and I said, I told him, and I put my hand up and said, "Hey man, I don't need you to believe in me. I need me to believe that I'm going to be bigger and better than you are." And the self-belief is huge. The manifestation is huge, to the point where you say things and you go out and do them, right? I think there's two mindsets. Oh, keep things to yourself. You don't want negativity. People are going to doubt you. This, that, and the third. My entire life, every accolade I've ever done, I've been very vibrant, vocal. I want you to know. And yes, that comes with a lot of pressure, but at the end of the day, victorious or a complete utter failure, I know what I'm getting from it. Everything else is minute. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what people think. I know I had the courage to speak it. I had the work ethic to prepare for it, and being victorious or failing, that doesn't really matter. The first two, right? Showing, being the example of, holy cow, this guy said this, and then he went out and did it. Was he successful? Did he do it? Doesn't matter. You saw the work, you saw him say it, you saw him show up, and he put himself in the arena. So I wanna kind of pivot this conversation to being the man in the arena, and how throughout your life you've always been the man in the arena, and how you embody that saying. So, real quick, that saying comes from Theodore Roosevelt, where I'm gonna butcher it, but the premise of the quote is saying that you're always putting yourself in position to win, lose, learn, right? Those three things. And you don't have time to be a critic because you're inside the game, you're inside the arena, testing yourself. If you have anything to add, I think that's...
Yeah, the man in the arena. First of all, thank you for that. I've never really thought of that, or thought about that. As of recently, I've been saying it just because of the environment that I'm in and the message and the mission that I'm on, this whole training gear thing, this whole... It's not philosophy, it's just a mindset, it's a lifestyle, you know, that we embody, you know, and like-minded individuals like us, you know, are living it. Yeah, there's a lot of critics out there, and I don't have time to like dwell on what they have to say when I'm too busy doing what I'm doing, you know. So, yeah, everything I ever accomplished in my life, I was an underdog, bro. I was an underdog. Real quick, my mother was a janitor. My father was an iron worker. I am today a firefighter, but I've been a combat medic. You know, I've served in the military. I've been a pilot. I've flown Blackhawks, you know, for the U.S. military. So, yeah, it's just speaking into fruition. I want to do that. How do I get over there? How do I start doing, you know, how do I start doing the work to get over there? And when I was given the opportunity to go to medic school, go to flight school, you know, recently, Georgia Smoke Diver, show up prepared as best as I can, because you never can train for the unknown. No, I'm just gonna like do, you know, prepare for the unknown. But you're never really ready for what you're about to confront, because it's not in your hands, right? You don't control shit, you know. You're not in control of anything. You have to be submissive to, you know, the instruction and the program. So there's that, which honestly, bro, as long as I feel like, I don't want to say safe, but you know, there's no real danger, I can do anything. You know, I've been overseas. I've been in war. There's been a handful of times where I feared for my life, like petrified, like fear, bro. Like, okay, getting shot at. This is real fucking bullets. This ain't no fucking cartoon shit. This ain't, you know, a video game. This is like real life. And yeah. But again, only a handful of times. And then the rest of the time over there was like monotonous. And it's with the people that you serve, right, that you feel I'm not alone. You know, I have my brothers to my right, to my left, and I'm here for them. And that's where overseas, that whole asset liability came into play. So I've been saying this for a minute. I deployed back in 07, 08. I was in my early 20s. And, you know, we have assets on the ground, boots on the ground, and then, you know, the liabilities were back in quarters. They were back at the fob, or, you know, back in our living quarters, because we couldn't risk taking someone that had marital problems back at home, or someone that had issues back at home outside the wire, because now the whole team will suffer because of that one individual. So liabilities stay back, assets went, you know, unpatrolled. So this whole asset liability thing is nothing. It's nothing uncommon. It's prevalent in the military, in the special ops community. You know, we have assets on the ground. You know, boots on the ground and whatnot.
Same thing goes
So
with
fire department.
The difference is that both will show up.
Yeah. So I want to be the sorriest motherfucker on my crew. You know, I've been in rooms where there's people better than me, and now I have to level up. I love that shit. I love the fucking hunt. I love it. You know, even training with yourself and Chris in the hunt, still there. You know, so, hey, don't stop. You know, do the work. You know, and that's where true growth comes in. Like, that's where true growth happens, when you're surrounded by individuals that are better than you in any type of field or, you know, aspect. So yeah, in the arena, you know, we ain't got time for critics.
That's it. So you recently graduated the smoke diver program up in Georgia, and I gotta ask you, man, because I'm curious. Why are you still doing stuff? Like, why are you still hungry? This is a genuine question. For most of the people in the world, you've made it, air quote, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't been shit yet. I ain't shit, bro. I'm nobody, you know. Real quick before I touch on the Georgia program, you know, that whole visualization thing, like manifesting things. What did I tell you before I went to the program? What did I tell you? You know, I visualized myself on day 6 getting the shirt. Give me my shirt.
That's it.
Give me my shirt.
Give
right?
me my shirt. Yeah.
And it didn't happen like that because Mel, you know, my fiance, he handed me the shirt. But you know, I saw myself on day 6 graduating, you know, with the shirt in hand and the coin, and you know, I saw myself, bro.
Months before.
Months, like yeah. So, you know, it came to fruition. So, yeah. Oh, no, man. Remember that scene in Rocky 4 when Apollo was talking to Stallone or Rocky, saying, you know, we become civilized. You know, we lost the edge. You know, eye of the tiger type of thing. You know.
Yeah, that's when he was like, "What's the matter with you?"
Yeah, what's the matter with you? Yeah, man, we have to do hard things, man. Man needs purpose. Man needs a mission. And what I've been dedicating these past couple months was the Smoke Diver program, and that was my mission. That was my goal, to show up as prepared as I can be to be successful. Now, what was the question?
No, why are you?
Oh, why haven't I stopped? Well, I can't really rest on my accolades and achievements. I can't really, you know, what are you doing now? What are you doing right now? Yeah, are you the person you say you are, type of thing. This whole mission, ever since I got into the fire service, Jay, you have to know that I got on in the fire service later on in life. Right? I was 36, you know, I'm over 40 now, I'm 41. So I just have 4 years on the job. I still don't know shit, but I work every single day to at least learn one thing, whether it be medical, right? Or a fire, being proficient in my fire skills, whether it be forcing the door, pulling a hose line, you know, extricating a victim. I'm in RIT. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue has a RIT team. I'm currently training with them, trying to sharpen my skills. You know, if and when, you know, a Mayday is called. I choose not to rest on my previous accolades and achievements because are you the person you say you are?
Right. And in all honesty, man, like, it's cool, like the achievement, like the title. But anybody who is ultra successful in any arena, there's no finish line. There's never a moment when enough is enough, because we're not in it for the title, for the materialistic things, for any of that. We're in it for the processes. Like, you know, when we talk about a title, a promotion, a class, a physical attribute, physique goals, strength goals, cardio goals, you know, fitness goals, anything out there, it's not the goal. Initially, most people, until you've been doing this for a while and it becomes a lifestyle, it starts as that. Like, it starts as like, I just want to achieve this goal. This is what I want. But when you accomplish enough goals, you realize that when you accomplish a goal, it's actually kind of an empty feeling. It's kind of like an empty, like, it's like a rainbow that looks beautiful, and like you think like you could get to the other side, but you really can't. Like, it's a facade. Like, it's a facade. Like, the goal is a facade. It's the process to get to the goal. Like, that's where everything is.
All right, I'm here. What's next?
That's it. That's
I'm
it.
here. Okay, check. I completed X. What's next? Okay, cool. Train for something else.
Right.
You know?
It didn't hit me until my last 100 in the mountains, my 100-mile race, that when I crossed that finish line, I went through so much pain in 29 hours. I'm talking, it was legit. it was amazing. But I went through so much, so many ups, so many downs, so many moments of doubt, few moments of feeling amazing, feeling dangerous. But at the end, I was like, man, I miss the pain. Like I miss the doubt.
For sure.
I miss the unknown. And then I just reflected on everything that led up to that. Like that was a 2-year goal. The first year I did not finish, I got hurt and they pulled me off the course 40 miles in. So I trained 6 months for that race, DNF'd. Then I had to wait an entire year to show up until the line again. So that was a long process. And reflecting, I'm like, look who you've become.
Right.
For one accomplishment. Like look what you sacrificed, look the work you put in, and like that's where I was like, there it is. Like that's
Learning. Yeah, it's a process.
It's the process. It's the process.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Smoke Diver program. You show up day one, and I'm going to ask you a couple questions to really help people who attend any future elite class or anything in their life that comes with a tremendous amount of work and a challenge, a super hard challenge.
Yeah.
How did you get through all of it? Because it's a lot. It's 6 days, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of evolutions. There's a lot of PT. It's just a lot. So how your mindset? How did you get through all of that? We'll start with that question.
Yes. So I attacked it like any other school I've attended. I did my due diligence. I saw what I was up against. I saw the mountain in front of me, and I just started scaling, one foot in front of the other. And I say that because I prepared with the PT program that they provide as a template. You gave me some pointers in doing the McGee workout, right? The 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, up downs, push-ups, 4-count mountain climbers, 4-count jumping jacks. Do it 2 or 3 times a week. I remember you saying that. Do it slick, do it top, bottoms, do it top bottoms pack, mask, top bottoms pack, mask, helmet, and get comfortable, right? And I did that. I was also told by one of my chiefs, just show up, don't quit, like Roger. So I want to say I'm very good at receiving instruction and applying it.
Listening. You can hear.
Yeah.
You can hear everything.
Receiving instruction and then applying the instructions, right? Because again, in the program, you receive instruction and then you put through evolutions. So can you apply what we just taught you? Yes, I can do that. So there's that. In preparation to go up there, man, I'll confess, man, just like the admin stuff. You have to get your physical, you have to get a physical, you have to, get signed off by your department, you have to, get some documents notarized. I mean, just the admin process was daunting to me. It was just like, man, I just want to start moving. I just want to start doing things. So finally, when I got the opportunity to go up there, so I went up there 2 days early to acclimate to the weather. We're from sunny South Florida, right? It's hot, humid down here. For me, it was fairly cold up there. It was high 20s, low 30s degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, I was not comfortable. The elements for me were not comfortable. I had my teammates or other candidates, they'll speak about how when they would open the hydrants, some of these hydrants were like freeze, like the water freezes. I was like, oh bro, I've only seen that in textbooks. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Textbooks.
So you guys have dry hydrants? Yeah, that don't mean shit. Okay, cool, got it. Because I've only seen that in the IFTA textbook. And that was funny, the banter back and forth. But to answer your question, to prepare, you really can prepare for the unknown. I did the best I could. With the PT, working out in gear, doffing all your gear and going out for runs. So yeah, you could do that. That check. I was able to complete the workouts, do the runs, and I felt fairly confident and that I would get through the PT sessions in the morning. Transition times you can't really prepare for, but you just have to know that time is of the essence. And there's a lot of sense of urgency in that program. Again, you don't control shit. Everything's out of your control, and you're submissive to the program. So can you wrap your mind around that? Can you not give a fuck about that? You don't control anything. Yes, I could do that. I could, in that setting, I could do that because I've been there before.
So I think a lot of people get hung up on a performance of an evolution or getting rattled and not being able to let it go.
Yeah.
Like they get emotional.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about an evolution you kind of told me about, but the lesson is really what's important here. And you guys did an evolution, completely shit the bed on the evolution, didn't go well at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you've developed this skill set that you got from the military, I believe, and you obviously still employ it where it is what it is. So kind of talk to me about that if you remember what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The first run through, we weren't successful. Give a fuck. Right, exactly. It is what it is. Don't dwell on it. Let's move on to the task at hand. What we gotta do? We gotta do it all over again. Fuck it, let's do it. You know, type of thing. Listen, I got you. We got roles to fill. What do you want to do? Okay, and I'll compliment you that way. So it's very important in the program that you're a good teammate, that you're an asset, that you could, are you coachable? Are you trainable? Can you adapt to, your surroundings? Are you flexible type of thing? And the whole premise of survival of the fittest, that whole program is a testament to that. The cream of the crop will rise to the top. That's a true statement. And so, all right, what do we gotta do? Roger, this is what we're gonna do. You do this, I'm gonna do this. And yeah, the second go around was, more feasible. Because we learned that lesson in the first time. It was a hard lesson, but we learned it nonetheless. And then we applied what we learned from the first time on the second time, and then we were successful. So, no harm, no foul, moving on to the next task. Just start knocking them down, just like targets.
Yeah.
Start knocking targets down.
Absolutely.
And it comes from I just don't care, bro. I just,
Yeah, failure doesn't bother me.
I came to this world with anything. Let me rephrase that. I came to this world with nothing. And now that I have so much, I'm already winning. Yeah. So you can't hurt me, dude. I came here with nothing. And all this shit is a bonus, So that's where my mindset is at. Can I be better? Individually, can I be better as a teammate? What do you need from me? I've always said I'm a fairly good individual. I'm a better team player. I'm a better teammate because I think about the team over self, and that's what they were preaching up there. And when they were saying that, they were saying team gear stuff. I was like, yes, I fuck with that because your uniform has to be, you have to look a certain way, right? Is your uniform clean? Can you act the part? Can you be the part? Do you look the part? Now can you act the part?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can act the part, be the part type of thing. So
it's funny you say that. I want to kind of talk about that. So the other day I found this interesting, and if this individual watches this, he'll know I'm talking about him. But I come into the station, headquarters station, and talking shop. Good friend of mine. I mean, he's a brother, right? He's family, and as of late, I talked about it. I used to be so good about it, and it's a skill set that I just let perish, and I picked it back up, and it's just kind of taken extreme pride in the uniform. I mean, extreme attention to detail and looking sharp to the nines, no matter what, right? Midnight, 3 a.m., Christmas, April Fools, St. Pat, it doesn't matter the day. Every time I show up and I'm representing myself, it's at the highest level. Right, from a physical standpoint, right? Physique and my uniform. So your physique is a part of your uniform for everybody out there.
100%.
So, but my boots were shiny, right?
Okay.
We've been dialing them in. They've been squared away. I mean, damn, those look good, nice boots. And he said, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I never understood that. I'm a worker, which he is. He's an animal. The guy will go from here to hell and back to do anything with you.
I got you.
Got your back. Mm-hmm. Because I've never understood that. I'm just a workhorse, man. I'm here to work.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, man, I got you. I respect that. And I kept it moving. But I want to talk about, because we're talking about gear. the thought process on being squared away. Now, no, just because you look clean and prim does not make you a great firefighter. What that does make you is a very attentive person. Like, you pay attention to the details. And if something I've learned, guys, you can't pick and choose. If you give a shit about one thing, you gotta give a shit about the next thing. Because when you pick and choose, you start to really undervalue things that are important. So for me, and that's what I did with my uniform, is I started saying, it's all right. It doesn't really matter. And that shit bleeds into other areas of your life that do matter.
Yes.
So the quote is amazing out there. How you do one thing, anything is how you do everything, right? So, just talking about that gear thing.
Yeah. So before we continue, I was in the police academy back in 2014. A little known fact, I tried to be a Leo at one point. I tried to be a law enforcement officer at one point in my life. I was not successful being a police officer, but one of the statistics that did show up reoccurrence through the police academy was, they will ask criminals, hey man, why did you attack that specific police officer? And across the board, they look sloppy. I thought I could take him. These were the answers the criminals were given. He looked sloppy. I thought I could take him. He was overweight. He wasn't paying attention to his surroundings. It was an ongoing, common occurrence, and where someone that's too lax will pay the price for it. So, okay. On the flip side, hey man, why did you not attack that police officer? Nah, man, he was squared away. Uniform squared away. Dude was jacked. His gun was readily available, like by his side. He was always looking around. He was paying attention to the surroundings. So there's that. So that statistic has always been in the back of my mind. If you look sharp, you're gonna act sharp, and you're gonna be sharp, right? So be no do. Be the person you say you are. Know what your job is, and do it. There's that. Attention to detail and gear, yeah. I like my shirts lint-free, right? No stains. If they got a stain, it's decommissioned. I gotta get another one. I like my trousers to be lint-free. Almost. I like my pants to be tucked, outside my boots. So my boots are not, showing. Yeah. I usually wear a hat on shift. That way, if my head does hit something, at least I have some type of protection with the hat. It's part of the uniform. I wear hats. It also, I'm in that state. I wear my radar strap. My radar's on my right side. I could adjust it no problem. I always know where it's at, and my mic is up here. Knowing your gear. Do you know where everything is on your person? Right? Cutters, webbing, life safety webbing, miscellaneous webbing, gloves. Yeah, you have to know. Your gear has to be squared away.
Yeah,
it's a tool. It's your lifeline type of thing. It can and will save your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just like knowing with your personal vehicle you need gas. You need to always make sure you have gas. And if you don't have gas, you're in a bad spot. Yeah. So you being aware of that same awareness needs to be in your PPE, in the attention to detail that you have in that arena, and just making sure that you're a step ahead, man. I think a lot of people in all areas, right? That's what success requires, is being a step ahead and anticipating, right, what's coming in all areas. So for this career path, training tactics, training fitness, training your mindset, right? Those are all preparation for something bad that's coming, right? So when it comes, okay, I'm ready, I can prevail, or it can be not as bad as it could have been if I wasn't prepared.
Right.
And yeah, man, it's one of those things. So kind of want to just end this conversation with the last question I have for you. And that question is, what do you want your legacy to be in life? Not the fire service. I think that's For anybody out there, guys, it's an amazing career that will grant you endless opportunity. But don't think that that's all you are, right? You're more than that, right? I think a lot of firefighters across the world are super humble, but even to the point where they don't realize how powerful and special they are as humans. And this is an amazing chapter in all of our lives, but it's not the entire book. So what do you want to be remembered for, in life?
The older I get, and I get emotional because I just want my kids to be proud of me. To have my little girl say, "That's my dad," with like enthusiasm. And to give them the things that, I wasn't given, or the instructions, or, like the guidance I wasn't given. I'm still trying to build it. I'm still trying to build what, an imprint or a legacy of what I want to leave behind. But my daughter, hopefully, will be better than me. Hopefully she could, number one, she's way smarter than me at the moment, right? When I was 14, I was just dumb. Right? She's so witty and bright, and so smart, beautiful, beautiful soul. Man. Gave her a home. I moved around a lot growing up. I had to figure things out on my own. I didn't really have too much guidance. And just to be a pillar or a foundation for my children, my child. I plan on having more children. I got recently engaged, so we're talking about starting or having kids, starting a family together. But yeah, man, just to be able, just to like have my daughter say that she's proud of me, or I see how hard you work, or
show her the way.
Yeah, bro. Just, again, teach her how to invest. How can you, invest $1 and tomorrow or the next day it'll be $2 type of thing, stuff like that. Have her have a home where she feels she doesn't have the need to feel like she doesn't have a nest or a place to go to. So there's that. And who knows, man? I mean, I'm still pretty young in the fire game. I just got 4 years on, trying to leave it better than I found it type of thing. Trying to start this whole, what is fitness in the fire service? Because I feel like it's an issue that's not really like given too much light, or just like, taboo. But no, we need to be fit. Yeah, that's my thing. We just need to show up prepared.
For forever. Right?
Yeah.
We have this.
If not, bro, there's a door. Like, step down.
Could you really imagine?
I've done it, and where I've seen my limit. Hey, I need a hand. I can't continue anymore. I can't do this shit. I'm out of the thing. This shit ain't for me. And there's no harm, no foul, But when I was in the service, hey man, you need to step down. This shit ain't for you, bro. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and what I was getting at is, when I said forever, is, could you imagine working 20 years, 30 years doing what we do?
No.
All that sacrifice to then have a year or 2 years of a life? Like, there's no way.
This is a young man's game, bro. And we're referring to the fire service and military. When I was younger, I would hear constantly, "Hey, young buck, use a handrail. Hey, young buck, don't jump off the whatever. Don't jump off the helicopter. Don't jump off the tank or whatever." And now, I'm like, shut up, old man. And now I'm that old man. "Hey, young buck, use a handrail. Hey, man, take a step down," type of thing. I mean, it takes a toll, man. It takes a toll on your body, on your youth, on your livelihood. You sacrifice so much. You sacrifice your body. I've done it. And now I'm like, damn, I need to be smart about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do I find a way to like not hurt? Or that's where experience comes in, right? But yeah, if let's say tomorrow I'm on a call or whatnot and I'm not an asset, I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm out, do you have the foresight to say that, or are you gonna be selfish, or
Right.
no? I mean, I think I'm there. If I was to reach my limit, I'll step down. I've seen giants step down. So, and then who am I?
Right.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, appreciate you guys watching the episode. Erik, you can follow on Instagram. I am Erik Vidal.
I am very
Support both of us, right, in just sharing the message. That's all we want. If you want apparel, we got apparel. But besides the apparel, actually take away things that we employ through our actions and our words, and be the lighthouse in your community, in the area that you work, with the people that you're surrounded by. Because at the end of the day, that's all this is. We're trying to be a lighthouse to thousands and thousands of people across the world. But in real life, we're a lighthouse in our family, we're a lighthouse at the station, we're a lighthouse in the department, we're a lighthouse in the community, right? It's in all areas of being the person that leaves everything better than we found it. All right, so shout out to Training Gear and Uncivil Enterprises. That's where you can get the merch. You can't buy that hat unless you earn it.
No.
And understand, guys, the things that you earn in this life, they come at a different price. You're not going to pay for it financially. You're going to pay for it through pain and discipline. And one thing I want to leave you guys with is understand. There's been a lot of controversy lately of Ptff and health risks with training and gear. And who are we? They don't know the risk. Guys, we know the risks. The risks are very high. But I want to talk to you about the weight of regret. You guys have to understand that the weight of regret is so much heavier than the weight of getting sick from the gear, the weight of regretting not preparing, right? Because I'll take the weight of pain and discipline every day of the week before I ever regret not being the best I can be to help the people I took an oath to help. When we took an oath, both of us, we understood that this job came with very high risk, right? The danger level in our profession is high. So we're not reckless. We are healthy in all areas of our life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. We train in gear that we're not going into fires with, right? This gear is clean, and we're doing the right thing, right? When we show up in our gear, we're prepared. So thank you guys for watching the episode. My bro, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Much love.